KO debate series. We lit tonight. Y'all come through, man. Y'all know how we gonna show up and show out. See y'all all in the building.
Yo, what's going down with y'all, man? Welcome to another episode of the Morning After Show, man. It's your boy Knockout Boxing 86 TV, and I'm with the singing OG KQKC Boxing Network. KQ, how you doing, man?
I'm hanging in there, man. Yes, sir. Hanging in here. We had a good weekend of boxing, baby. We asked for it. We getting it. Yes, sir.
It's the card had a lot of names on it, and on paper it looked like a phenomenal card, but for some reason I thought it would be even better. Like, even you came in and you said we had a good weekend of boxing. It didn't hit like I thought it would. It was still great, and I still enjoy watching all the fights, but I thought it would have been much more entertaining. I'm not gonna lie to you, but overall, man, a good weekend of boxing. And what it did do, KQ, is it left us a lot to talk about today, man. We got a lot to get through. I'm honestly, I thought the fights were great, but it's so much news and so many rumors and so many things to talk about surrounding the fight that I'm just as excited to talk about that, man. But another good weekend in the books, and we got Virgil Ortiz and Sir Habahacek coming up this weekend here. So definitely a lot of great things going on in boxing. Y'all be sure to smash the like button. Salute to everyone in the building. I'm not gonna do a roll call because we got so much to talk about, but I just want to say salute to each and every one of y'all in the chat. Please hit the like button when you come in. Make sure you hit the like button and donate to the super chat and hit the Cash App. So you show your support to the channel. I got KQ's Cash App down there scrolling on the screen as well. Show some support to both of these great channels because we work hard to give y'all this boxing content. So please show your support in the super chat and the Cash App. KQ, let's jump it right off, man. And let's start with the first fight of the main card. I want to talk about the lightweight prospect, Olympic gold medalist, Andy Cruz, Antonio Moran. Andy Cruz got the stoppage victory in the 7th round, I believe. What did you think of the performance from the young man out of Cuba, the 27-year-old Olympic champion out of Cuba? What did you think of what he was able to do in the ring against Antonio Moran?
Well, Moran, he came to fight, no doubt about it. Andy Cruz, great fighter. Great fighter. It's just that he missing like a couple steps. Why is he missing a couple steps? Well, I'll say this, because first of all, he only had 3 fights on his belt. And of course, he needs to stay busy. That's what he needs to do. He needs to work on a few things. He needs to work on a thing. Remember, amateur is different than pro. Pro is different than amateur. It's more strategy when you turn on pro. Now, of course, in the amateur ranks, you kind of score points and kind of like a pity pat thing. But now, when you get to the pros, you got to come up with a game plan. You got to sit down on your punches when you have to. So, therefore, I think Andy Cruz just haven't had enough experience. Now, if you compare him, let's say, to Keyshawn Davis, all right, the one that pretty much beat Keyshawn in the amateurs. Well, this is a different time now. We are in the pros, and Keyshawn got more experience now as a pro than he has. Now, he has the potential, no doubt about that. He has the potential, but how you gonna know unless you get rounds?
Yeah.
So that's why I say, he can be great, he can be good, but he also can be spectacular. But he just get more fights. He got to stay busy. So, but overall, what he had to work with last night, he took care of that. He showed the hand speed. So.
Yeah, he showed you're right about that, KQ. He showed really good hand speed. I like this timing. He showed a nice stiff jab. I think he even buzzed Antonio Moran with a jab. Moran caught him with a good shot to make him go through a little adversity. And so that was good to see from the young Cuban. And I like the fact that he wasn't using a ton of movement. He was defensive at the same time, but while also trying to make sure he looked for his shots and kind of sitting the fire a little bit, slip and rip shots down to the body, and his punches were okay. He did slap with some left hooks when he was trying to pivot out and throw check left hooks, but overall it was a pretty good performance. But I'm kind of like you. Well, I don't know if you think this, but based off of what you said, I kind of think this too. I think he can be very good, but it does look like there might be a little something missing from Andy Cruz's game. It's kind of hard to put your finger on it because he can do so much. But I think Bozy had to kind of step on him a little bit too much, had to kind of push him a little bit too much to do what he wanted him to do, to kind of be more aggressive. And then when he did get aggressive, to his credit, he was able to get the stoppage. But I think at the level that he's trying to fight at, which is world-class, world champion, multiple division level, I think you'd rather have fighters that you gotta pull back. You know what I mean? I feel like you have fighters like you. I'd rather have to tell. It's like my children, OG. Father, you're a father too. It's like being a coach. You'd rather have to tell your babies, like, look, don't study too hard. Like, get a life. Like, go out with your friends. Sometimes it's okay. You'd rather have to tell them not to study too hard than always have to be on them about their grades. Like, did you do your homework? Did you study for your test? It's kind of like that in boxing. Like, you'd rather have to tell a fighter, like, yo, man, back up a little bit. You don't need to be so aggressive. Like, it's gonna come to you. It's going like you just need to chill out. The knockout gonna come. You'd rather do that than what I saw Bozy having to do in the corner. And then furthermore, I think I see the comment in the chat too. Not only that little aspect of Andy Cruz, I think is missing. Another thing, because I heard them on the announcers too. They said that his nickname is BS in the gym. They call him bullshit in the gym, and Bozy came up with that nickname for him because he feel like Andy Cruz is always cutting corners. So I thought that was odd too. Like he feel like he always cutting corners. He rely on his talent too much. And then when you hear him coaching him in the corner and having to push him, it's like, yo, like all this stuff is starting to make sense. On top of what somebody said in the chat, he got buzzed a little bit. So you got questions about that chin. If somebody can time it and catch it better, what's that chin looking like? But more so than the chin, I think it's more the mentality that I would worry about with Andy Cruz. But overall, a good performance. He's on to the next. They're moving him fast. He's already fighting in 10 rounders in 4 fights. So we'll see what's next for him, man. But overall, he got the job done on the first fight of the card, and I thought it was a pretty good performance. You got anything else on Andy?
No, it just like I say, he just have to stay busy, and of course, hopefully they can give him the fights. And it don't have to be big fights. It just fights just to keep him busy, learn a few things, work on a few things, work on his stamina. And I think his stamina's okay with that. But and I think he can be a great fighter. I think he can be a great fighter, and I would like to see that Keyshawn Davis and that Andy Cruz rematch. I would love to see that.
Yeah. Shout out to Boxing Hacker with the 5-piece in the super chat. Says amazing card last night. Now I want to see Andy Cruz pump Kid Austin's brakes and then have a mega fight with Abdullah Mason. who y'all got in those fights, man? We got so many fights to talk about today that's not fantasy fights, but I'll just say real quickly, I got Abdullah Mason over all of them. You want to answer that question, Boxing Hacker? Andy Cruz, Kid Austin, and Abdullah. I mean, you want to answer that question, KQ? Andy Cruz, Kid Austin, and Abdullah Mason. Of those three, who you think comes out on top in that little triangle?
Oh wow, man! I would say Andy Cruz. Kid Austin. He just doesn't show me anything yet.
Yeah.
Of course. Hopefully he stand off the weights, and cause that can be a problem too. But right now, but I still think Andy Cruz with enough experience and enough activity, he can come.
You think he'll get him? What about Abdullah Mason over? So you got Andy Cruz. I assume you got.
Wait.
I assume you got Abdullah Mason and Andy Cruz both being better than Kid Austin, right?
Right. Okay, I forgot about Abdullah Mason. Hold on.
Abdullah Mason and Andy Cruz. Who you got?
All right, they're about to say stop. Abdullah Mason, baby. All right, hey, stop. I forgot you mentioned Abdullah Mason. All right, no. Abdullah Mason over everybody, baby. All right, because this young man is hard to beat. I mean, he got the range, he got the height. He's a southpaw. He's very difficult to deal with. All right, he's very fast. He's young. He's athletic. I mean, he got all the attributes that you want in a young fighter like himself. So I mean, So right now, he's cleaning his plate. All right, he's cleaning
100%. And Boxer Hacker, we appreciate the super chat, but stay on topic, bro. Stay on ass on topic. We got so many things to talk about with the show. There's so many fights to go over, and so many things that happen in the crowd, man. Stay on topic. All love to Abdullah Mason and motherfucking Kid Austin, but we don't care about them right now. We got so much to cover. And one thing we got to cover, I see a couple people in the chat, so I got to go over this. We're going to go fight news. We got so much to cover for y'all. I want to talk about this shit right here. Devin Haney came out to play last night, OG. Did you see him when you was calling the fight?
Yes, I did.
Did you see him when you calling the fight? He going to make a comeback. First of all, he got booed in Cali. Yeah. And what way he coming back in? That boy look big out there, man. What you think of seeing Devin Haney in public for the first time in a long time, man?
Well, first of all, I thought you'd be on vacation spending your money.
What you mean? I ain't paid him yet. What you talking about?
Oh, that's right. Wait a minute. I said you ain't got no money coming. They didn't do well. So what you think, Devin? Shit, you better take that money you got already. But anyway, I don't know what Devin's gonna do when he come back because Devin's very heavy. If you can see, I can see right in his face how big he is. And lightweight, I don't think that's gonna happen. See, one thing about it, and this is why I like Terence Crawford in this aspect. Okay, and now Terence Crawford lives a fighter lifestyle. Now, someone asked me last night, do you think Terence Crawford in activity is going to make a difference? I said, no, it's not. Because he lived that fighter lifestyle in and out the ring. So it's not going to make a difference with a guy like him. Devin Haney, I doubt very, very seriously he's in there living that fighter lifestyle. I think he's doing a lot of partying. I think he's bringing in some more chains to put on his neck. I mean, that's all I see. He's young, but he's gaining weight. He's not staying within that weight. See, that's what Gervonta Davis had to learn. He had to grow up. He had to learn how what's important. And that's why he is in position he's in now. All right? So I don't see Devin Haney making 140. They talking about 147.
Yeah. It's good to see him out. I thought it was odd that he got booed and then left before the fight was even over. I don't know why his own people were booing him. But he did look big.
He's from Nevada. He's not from Cali.
I mean, they say he's from Cali. When he fight in Cali, they say he's from Cali. When he fight in Nevada, they say he's from Las Vegas. I don't know, bro. I'm just telling you what his fans say, okay?
His people.
I'm just telling you, his fans say he's a hometown California kid, but when he fight in Vegas, they say he's a hometown Vegas kid from two places.
Okay, yeah.
He's from two different places, all right? But in all seriousness, though, this is why on my channel, and I don't know what you were pushing on your channel. I didn't hear you say it, but this is why I'm on my channel. I was like, yo, he shouldn't drop that belt. He need to go ahead and stay active and just fight Sandor Martin. Number one, he need the belt to get fights because he's not a ticket seller. But number two, Devin's not, and this is not me being mean or hating, Devin Haney is not good enough to take time off, if that makes sense. Like he's not good enough to not be in the gym, to not be honing his craft, to not be taking, you know, doing everything he can to continue to get better on a consistent basis. And simply going to the gym and working out is not enough. He need to stay in camp. He need to stay in fights. You know what I'm saying? He need to stay fighting different fighters so he can stay in shape, because he's not good enough. Like this is gonna be harsh, but it's the truth in my opinion. And this ain't me hating. OG, he's not good enough to be going up there to welterweight and super welterweight and shit. He needs to be at 140 for as long as he can. How he stayed at 135 for as long as he can. He needs to be at 140 for as long as he can, so that he can still be competitive and be able to be champion and win fights and have big fights. At 147, the top of the division, do him dirty.
Yeah,
they do him dirty. So it was good to see him back out. Hopefully he can get back in camp. I want to see him fight again this year, but it's looking more and more like he's probably not going to fight again this year, and maybe just wait on the Ryan Garcia rematch. You know, when Ryan Garcia comes off suspension, I don't know, but yeah, he was in the crowd getting booed, and he did look big, bro. He looked like I ain't gonna exaggerate. People saying he a heavyweight and shit. He did look like he about 180. About 180, a good 180, 185. That boy looked big, man. That boy looked big out there. So, but he was in attendance, and there was a lot of people in attendance that we're gonna get to. You got anything else on that before we move to the next fight?
No, it's just that you're right about Devin Haney. He needs to stay in the gym, and he's not that type of fighter just can take off, then pick up what he left off at. No, he's not that type of fighter. Yes, he has a great jab, and we're gonna stop right there, okay? Because we know the punches, we know the chin, you know, it's not there. He needs to work on a few things, you know, turn that negative into a positive, you know, like Floyd Mayweather did when he became Money Mayweather. All right, he couldn't punch, but you know, he changed it around and made it more exciting for the crowd, and that's what Devin Haney need right now. He need a fan base. And I ain't talking about YouTuber fan bases, right? Somebody that's gonna put asses in the seats. That's
100%. I'm with you 100%. Next fight we got on the card, man. We got to talk about David Morrell Jr.'s performance against Hot Rod. I thought it was one of his worst performances of his career. Wasn't happy with what I saw from David Morrell Jr., man. He got the victory, obviously, by decision. Just out-talented the guy, but didn't work behind his jab. Stayed flat-footed, which is odd. Didn't use movement, and just looked like he was head hunting and looking for a knockout, and it really made his performance suffer. What do you think of David Morrell Jr. and his performance against Hot Rod, KQ?
And you know, I hate to sound like a tape recorder. I hate to sound like this, but staying with David Morrell, no activity, no fights. When the last time we seen Morrell in the ring? When we seen Morrell,
he fought twice. I don't think it's activity, and not to cut you off. He fought twice. He just got him out of there so quick. He fought twice in 2023, once in January and once in November. However, the one he stopped the guy in the first round, and the other one he stopped the guy in the second round. So he's not getting any rounds.
Right.
He's not getting any rounds. That's why it seemed like he inactive, because his fight's been ending so quick. But but go ahead, but go ahead.
But yeah, so we know about well, we call him Idios out there because we couldn't pronounce the name, but he was in a coma and everything, and we know how that fight went. But the same old story, man. You know, same old story. And like you said, he got him out in the first, maybe second round, but he still need rounds. He still need rounds. I mean, he's too talented not to let not to put that to the test. I mean, he needed to fight some top-notch fighters, and I'm glad to see him at 175. I'm glad to see David Benavidez at 175. Then maybe we can have a party now and have Benavidez and Bibble all join together, baby, and fight each other. All right? That's a fight there. That's a great card there. You know, so Morrell, he need more and better competition. He needs to get some rounds in, you know. So that's what I see. But yesterday, that wasn't the same Morrell that I always liked to watch fight.
Yeah.
That Morrell was looking for a knockout. He was looking for a quickie. That's what he was looking for. But of course, he could not pretty much hold him down and could not time him great. So it made his performance look kind of bad. So, what he gonna have to do is go back to the drawing board and trying to find an opponent that's gonna give him some rounds. Gonna make it tough for him. And that's what he needs. You know?
Yeah. I think him and Benavidez both realizing 175 is different than 168 pounds. And then for David Morrell, though, I thought he got frustrated. I thought he was looking for the knockout. And when it didn't come, and Hot Rod put in more resistance than he thought, and he couldn't just talent his way to stopping somebody, he kind of broke down mentally a little bit, in my personal opinion. Obviously, you can see the talent is still there. You can see he got crazy talent, but he's gonna have to learn how to break people down, work behind his jab, not try to be so fan. He was always trying to do, that fancy shit that work against other opponents, like taking the angle, jumping in with a big left hand, trying to jump in with it, loading up on right hooks and shit. Nah, sometimes you just gonna have to jab somebody eye socket off their goddamn head, bro. Sometimes you're just gonna have to punch them in the nose with a straight punch over and over and over and over and over again. You know what I mean? Until they break down. And then guess what? Sometimes they might not break down. You might just win, but he gonna have to get a better head on his shoulders. Running Shields is the right guy for the job. He was admonishing him in the corner, letting him know that he didn't like what he was doing. And David gonna have to go back to the drawing board. All that talent, all that athleticism should not go to waste. So we'll see what happens, man. But overall, very unimpressive performance from David Morrell Jr. I didn't nothing to write home about at all, man. Do you got anything else on him?
No, that's all I got on Morrell. I just like to see him, step it up and step up the competition, step up the activity, and get some rounds in. That's all I'm asking for. That's all I'm asking for. So imagine saying that David Morrell ain't it, and you a Devin Haney fan. Boy, y'all gotta stop, bro. Y'all gotta stop. You don't get to criticize people for winning fights, bro. But then be on somebody's dick for having to get an email no contest, bro. Stop it, bro. All right, so Shakur, yeah, bro. Dudes be tripping. Wow, bro. It's early. It's too early for this shit. I'm just trying to drink my orange juice and talk boxing with my OG, man. Goddamn. Shakur versus Zepeda. So according to Shakur Stevenson, to William Zepeda's coach, Panda, he was on Mill City Boxing. He says the fight is all but done. But Turki told Shakur Stevenson that, hey, I need to know right now, when they were face to face at the fight last night. And then also when he was interviewed and asked about Shakur versus Zepeda, he says, I want that fight. We want them to sign. So he's want Shakur versus Zepeda. What do you think of Shakur Stevenson, William Zepeda? He wants to put it on the Beterbiev Bivol card. They want to, the Zepeda side wants it late November, early December. But it sounds like, based on what Turki is saying, the fight is not done. So what do you think, man? Are you excited for Shakur Stevenson and William Zepeda? Is that a fight that you want to see? And y'all, please smash the like button. We got 300 people in here. Mods, let's get a like check going. We need at least 150 to 200 likes. Y'all, make sure y'all hit the like button when y'all come in here, man. But what you think of Shakur Stevenson versus William Zepeda, KQ? First of all, it's a good fight. Yes, it is a good fight. But we can't change up what we was planning on having. We cannot change up Tank and Shakur Stevenson. Yes, that's a good fight. But of course, we know that Shakur Stevenson and Tank Davis is a better fight. And all we're trying to look for is the best fight, the best. And right now, Zepeda is not going to bring anything to the table no more than what Tank is going to bring. Now, Tank going to bring his A game, and he's going to bring his A crowd also. And, of course, Shakur Stevenson, he said he's the best. He said he's the best at 135. All right? Well, Tank believes he's the best at 135. So why not make that fight happen? But I get it. Now, of course, I'm a Tank fan, no doubt about it. Kevin Ford, Coach Ellis, great people, but they are just mentors. They are just mentors and trainers. All right. Now, one thing about Tank, he will listen to Leonard Ellaby. He will listen to Al Heyman. All right. Now, but of course, right now, Calvin Ford is looking to the best person that can put the best fight with Tank Davis and bring in the dollars. And they believe, well, Coach Ford believes that Shakur is not it. But the people want Shakur Stevenson. Now, sometimes we got to get what we want now. All right, we call for that fight.
Well, I mean, thank God for Pitbull losing, because that's all Calvin Ford could talk about. You can't talk about that shit no more.
Right.
He been bringing up Pitbull for 4 years. Bye. Yeah. Bye, Pitbull. You got your ass whooped. Bye. Shit. Goddamn. Bye. Nobody want that fight. But go ahead, KQ.
Because you got to ask yourself, what have Pitbull Cruz really done?
Yeah.
And I say nothing but go the distance with Gervonta Davis with a broke hand or hurt hand. Yep. You know, but he brings the fan base.
Shit. Yes.
He brings the fan base, and that's what he brings. And that's what Calvin Ford was looking at. But now, do he still bring the fan base? I don't know. But why would you want to fight a guy that came off a loss? So
Tank ain't gonna do that. Tank ain't gonna do that. He ain't never. If you go look through his career when he fighting, first of all, Leo Santa Cruz coming off of some wins, Mario Barrios coming off of wins, Hector Garcia coming off of the Colbert win, Ryan Garcia coming off of, he was undefeated at the time, Frank Martin, undefeated fighter. He ain't finna fight no motherfucker coming off no loss, bro.
Right.
That ain't good. He needs somebody he can show highlights of, somebody that people feel like got a chance. So that ain't had. Pitbull were dead. People were dead, man. But go ahead, KQ.
So, but still, Shakur Stevenson. First of all, he been quiet lately. I'm not trying to go off topic, but I'm gonna tell you right now, Turki Unleashed. I call him Jive Turkey because he's good for boxing. Also, he's bad for boxing. All right. Now, I can see. I'm not going to mention him, but I can see something happening down the line. Okay. Remember, the zone came here, throwing away a lot of money.
Me too.
And then, next thing you know, what happened? The zone goes up $30. They go up this and that. We get trash fights now from the zone. We got a whole card of fights all night long and still trash fights. All right. But what Turkey see now? Everybody falling over their feet over Turkey last night. I mean, I'm talking
about they bending over for him, dog. We gonna talk about it. You ain't off topic. I got it on here. We gonna talk about it soon up, bro. But I don't like it, dog. They bending over for him, and well, shit. You know what? Go ahead. Stick on. Yeah. We'll go to that next real quick. Go ahead and finish up on Shakur. Let me say what I'm gonna say about Shakur and Zapata. Then we'll talk Turkey, bro. Cause I think that's important to talk about. We got to talk about that shit last night. But go ahead.
Yeah. But Shakur Stevenson, I think he's missing a whole point in the sport of boxing. Okay, I think now he's turning to the business side. He wants that big bag. He wants to be that big guy. But you got to fight better, son. You got to fight better. You got to get in there and mix it up. You cannot always fight on a defensive style. You got to go in there and mix it up. Make the crowd go ooh and ah, but you're not going to do that. You're going to play it safe. And you cannot always play it safe if you want to make the big dollars. You got to go for it. You got to close the damn show sometimes. And that was Devin Haney problem. He could have closed the show in a couple of fights he had. All right? Now, we need Shakur Stevenson to close the show. But, of course, that's not where he fights. And as long as he keep fighting the way he fights, he's still going to be where he is right now today.
Yeah.
And that's all I have.
Yeah, Shakur and Zapata, I stop it short at it's a really good fight. I would be happy to see that fight if Tank Davis is not on the table and Shakur Stevenson are not on the table to fight each other, which they are, which is why I'm going to continue to push that fight first and foremost. I think that's the best fight left. Since Lomachenko ducked, or did he duck? Because the motherfucker was in attendance last. It's so much shit to talk about. But anyway, he with his family and shit. Loma with his family. He can't fight Tank because he with his family, and he worried about the Ukraine war. but his motherfucking ass right there in LA at the fight, getting into it.
Oh man, yes.
Whatever, bro. I talk about it a little bit later, but Shakur versus Pater, I think it's a good fight. It'll answer a lot of questions of Shakur fighting a pressure fighter with that type of volume and that type of power and that type of relentlessness. So it's a fight that I would want to see, but obviously the fight I would want to see much is any combination of Shakur versus Tank, Shakur versus Loma, Tank versus Loma. I think all the champions, not named Barincic, I don't give a fuck about him. No disrespect to him. He just ain't one of the top three. Them three right there, I like to see some combination of them three mixing it up. Shout out to Not Me with the 5 pieces of super chat. So when Turkey snags Shakur from Tank like it looks like he did Loma, who will Tank fight? This is my honest answer. He said, I can't believe the crowd was booing Rayo. I can't either. He put on a good performance. This is my honest answer, not me. And I don't give a damn who like it. So when Turkey snags Shakur from Tank like it looks like he did Loma, who will Tank fight? I won't give a fuck who he fight. He could fight. If these dudes are gonna go try to get easy money because they scared to fight who they supposed to be fighting and they duck out, I don't give a fuck what he do. I'm supporting it. That's my honest answer, bro. Just so you know, it's my honest answer. You got guys that should be pursuing Tank Davis, but instead of wanting that fight, they'd rather go get an easy bag fighting lesser competition because they bending over for this dude and they don't even see the play that he's running on them. Which brings me to, before we get to our next fight, Riyadh season in Turkey. KQ, I've never seen what I'm seeing with the way that people in boxing are behaving with Turki Ali Kashyyyk. And if I said his name wrong, I'm sorry. I'm just going to call him Turkey. This shit got a bunch of red flags to me. Number one, OG, we acting like this dude, he comes from a country that is an absolute monarch. So it's all about power and not having rights and not being able to do anything. That's where he come from. That's what he believe in, bro. He is from a country where they people ain't got no rights. And you can tell how he's behaving that, hey, man, you going to do what I want. The way that he talked to Shakur, the way that he act like with Canelo, like he think his money give him the right to just boss people around and do whatever he wants. So that's one thing. But the biggest thing is how I know this motherfucker don't care about building boxing and shit, and he all about himself and his country. When they asked him about Canelo Crawford, he said, yeah, we can have a fight in my country. He's doing this shit so he can take everything. Once he get, this is how stupid these people are, bro. Once he get control over all of these companies, man, he gonna make everybody have to go to Saudi Arabia to fight, bro.
Yep.
If he's able to get control out of all these motherfuckers, he gonna tell your ass, oh, if you want to fight, boxing company, everything in Riyadh, bro. Everything in Saudi Arabia. I gotta put on a show for my prince, my king and shit. So that I'm not with that shit at all, bro. And I don't like why they playing the Saudi Arabia fucking national anthem at the goddamn event. Why was the Saudi Arabia national anthem playing at the goddamn event here in Las Vegas? You play the national anthems of the fighters. Why they playing his national anthem for? They bending over for him, bro. And then you got Terence Crawford going up on the goddamn thing, talking about some Riyadh season and shit. And y'all don't even know this man using y'all to try to take over the sport and turn this into some totalitarian shit and run the goddamn and run all the goddamn boxing. Y'all are stupid, bro. He is about to take everything and try to take it over to Saudi Arabia if y'all let him, bro. And the only people that are trying to compete with him, y'all shitting on them. Okay, bro. Good luck. Good luck, bro. Good fucking luck with that shit, dog. That shit is going to go all bad, and it's gonna go all bad real quick, bro. I don't mind nobody putting no money into the sport or whatever, but trying to take the shit over and not have people have no rights and anyone that's trying to compete with you, bro. Do y'all understand? It's looking like this nigga is paying people to duck Tank Davis, bro. Do y'all not understand? Like Loma, he throwing so much money around, KQ. Loma pulls out of negotiations with Tank. Don't want to fight Tank no more. But he in the crowd at the Turkey card telling Shakur Stevenson, we can go right now. I don't feel like fighting Tank, nigga, but me and you, we can go up there and we can fight right now. And I'm going to come up to the event. When you seen Loma just going to fights and shit? He pulling up on fights, getting into
Man.
Loma don't do that shit. He getting into scuffles and shit.
Man.
It goddamn fights and shit, bro. The fuck? And y'all, man, say, dog, this man paying people to not get y'all what y'all want. Don't be surprised. Don't be surprised if this man then had Loma pull out of the tank car because he done promised him a bunch of easy fights for a bunch of fucking money, bro.
There you go. Yeah.
Don't matter if don't wonder if he ain't told Shakur Stevenson, look, bro, we'll give you $5 to $10 million to fight Williams and Payton. You ain't got to fight Tank. They make you earn your money over there. Yeah. They make you earn your money. We just gonna give it to you. Also, he can just spin. Then when he get control of everything he want, he can be like, yeah, new boxing league. That bitch based out of Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. Y'all want to fight? Everybody fighting in Saudi Arabia. Y'all gonna be, boy, y'all okay. Okay, bro. Good luck with that shit, man. So yeah, I'm not liking the vibes no more, man. I'm not gonna lie to and it sounds stupid, OG, but playing the national anthem of a fucking absolute monarchy in America, that's some nasty ass work, KQ. That's some crazy shit. Playing the national anthem, and I could see if somebody from Saudi Arabia was fighting, man. But playing the national anthem of the promoter. Playing the national anthem of the promoter before the fight, bro. That shit crazy. And everybody, and his excellency, he's excellent, his excellency and shit. Y'all know he a man just like you, right? His name Turkey. Like I'm not like I can't do it, bro. I'm not vibing with what I saw last night. A lot of that shit rubbed me the wrong way as a free thinker, somebody that want to be able to say what I want to say when I want to say it. Everybody talking about boxing is, and I'll end it at this. Boxing is a global sport, KQ. It's supposed to be a global sport. But he come on and ain't nobody got a problem with this man. Clearly, the agenda is clearly to take control of a sport that's decentralized because it's easy to take over and it ain't as hard to take over as golf. And then once they get that bitch taken over, make everybody have to come to Saudi Arabia because they're only trying to get fucking tourism for Saudi Arabia. So this is a means to an end. They're trying to get control of this shit. Yeah, Anthony Joshua, we'll have your shit in London this time versus Dubai. We'll throw the shit in London. Yeah, Terence, we'll come over and we'll put the fight on in America. Then as soon as he get control of these companies, man, all that shit going away. So y'all keep rocking with that shit if y'all want to. Let me catch the super chat and I'll give it to you, KQ. Shout out to Mr. Finesse with the 5-piece in the super chat. Salute, fellas. Great card last night. Upsets, knockouts, good boxing, drama in the crowd, good card. We're gonna have to go to Dubai to watch boxing now. Facts, bro. Facts. Yeah. Facts. It is what it is. Let me see what Not Me talking about, and then I got you. Shout out Not Me with the super chat 5BK. If he runs a sport like Dana runs the UFC, is it a bad thing that he monopolized? No, bro. No. Dana White has cards everywhere, bro. He has cards everywhere. If you're gonna give me cards everywhere, your stars fight where they supposed to fight. Right. And that's how you move. It's one belt and shit. I'm with it, bro. But that's not what it looked like. It looked like he trying to take over the sport to take this shit to Saudi Arabia, bro. And he gonna have Saudi Arabia national anthems playing all over the world, man. And he come from an absolute monarchy, bro. That's some take over the world type shit, not me. Nah, bro, I ain't fucking with that. Ban all anthems doing sporting events, waste of time. I mean, hey, man, if that's what they want to do, I just see the motherfucker is trying to take shit over to Saudi Arabia, and I don't like the way these dudes cowering and bending their knees to him and shit. It's too many grown men kissing another grown man ass for me, to be real with you. Shout out Boxing Hacker with the 10P. He said, if Turkey taking over the sport means we get the fights we want and fighters get paid well, let him take over. We can't get these fights we want with the current powers that be. Yeah, we can. We've been getting them. I don't mind. Listen, this is what's wrong, Boxing Hacker. I have no problem with him taking over the sport. The problem is taking over the sport and the reasons you taking it over. He ain't taking it over to make it great or to bring boxing to the forefront. He taking that shit over to bring tourism to his country and so they can wash some of that money. That's what he doing, bro. He bringing that shit. He taking that shit so he can take it over and do something else with it, bro. He ain't trying to make boxing great and shit, man. He just doing that shit to get control of everything so he can put it where he want it, bro. Y'all better wake up, man. Ali gifted with the 10-piece in the super chat. He ain't even say nothing. He just dropped $10. What you got on Turkey, man? You fucking with Riyadh season, KQ?
Hell no.
You ain't fucking with Riyadh season?
Man, no, man. You know, I was so ashamed last night. I mean, they gave Turkey a damn belt with Riyadh season on it, right? They put him in the damn Hall of Fame, right? They put him in the Hall of Fame.
Crazy. Say it again, in the Boxing Hall of Fame.
The Boxing Hall of Fame, right? And I can name so many guys that deserve to be in there right now. Turkey throw around a few dollars, and man, you are our leader. You know, I mean, I just never seen so much ass been kissed. I mean, since I looked at last night, you know, and yes, he is good for the sport, like someone just said. Yeah, he good for the sport, and sometimes he's bad for the sport. And this is how I think. All right, now this is just my opinion. Now, Gervonta Davis, Canelo Alvarez, they earned to be where they at. They earned to be where they at. They didn't start off making that type of money. They improved themselves. They put butts in the seats. They made more money. Then the next time, they made more money. Well, why shouldn't the other fighters do that? Why can't the other fighters do the same thing they did? No matter how they do it, then you make yourself appealing. You make yourself known. You make yourself, you sit there and you promote yourself. And then you get the big paydays. That's why Gervonta Davis say they can't sell. So they go over there to get the easy bag. Because I'm making the money already over here. They can do the same thing. I don't think that they should have a free lunch. No. No free lunches here, baby. You got to earn your bag. You got to earn your bag. Go in there and knock somebody out. Impress me. And then we'll talk about a new contract or more money. Why do we have to cater to these fighters that can't keep up with a Tank Davis and a Canelo Alvarez? Why? What boxing going to now? Huh? First we got a transgender fighter, and now we got a Turki Ali who never been in the sport but what, a year? I mean, what we doing here? What are we doing here? You know, and that just it's just asinine.
You know, it's OG. Some people you can throw some money at, and they'll get on their knees for you and shit. Lose all integrity, lose all morals, lose all backbone and shit. And that's all you seeing. It's certain promoters and certain entities out there. If you throw some money at them and shit, they'll let you take their shit over, and they don't even know you're doing it to them, bro. That's all, man. Like he came in a bit throwing a ton of money, which is cool, man. Throw money in the boxing. Like I love the card last night was fire or whatever, but you what you can't do is try to render what people have worked for useless, and that's what he's doing, bro. Like these dudes, like these dudes are supposed to be clamoring for the opportunity to fight Canelo Alvarez. They're supposed to be clamoring for the opportunity to fight Gervonta Tank Davis, but instead they're like, shit, I got other options. I can just do it's not good, bro. Everybody supposed to be chasing the man and shit, bro. But you got niggas like, I ain't gotta chase him. Shit, I got other options. I got Turkey over here. I could just do this over here because I got Turkey. Like, bro, that ain't good for the sport, bro.
Right.
Like y'all in one breath, y'all saying he good for the sport, but he could very well be the man behind you not getting Tank versus Loma or Tank versus Shakur. And instead having Loma fight some easy fight and having Shakur fight Williams and Pater. He could be behind that, bro. He could be behind all that. So I ain't fucking with it, bro. I'm not fucking with that. He gonna be behind giving you Canelo versus Crawford and shit instead of Canelo versus David Benavidez. Y'all better wake up. And he's only doing that because Crawford bent his knees to him. Yeah. And took his deal and shit. That's why he'll get Crawford anything he wants. Because if it was really about the sport of boxing, he'd make Canelo versus Benavidez. It's not about that. It's about who he got control over and who he can get to do what he wants. Y'all better wake up, dog. Y'all will see though. Yeah, y'all will see, bro. Shout out Ali Gifted Bully Kennels with the 2-piece and super chat. Big Baby must have trained with Devin Haney this camp. We about to talk about that right now, as a matter of fact. Big Guy Willie with the 5-piece and super chat. Tank Canelo can't dictate the fight game now. It's a problem. Yeah, it's you damn right. It's a problem. Okay, I told you this was going to happen months ago. Tell we have turned now. Listen, bro, it's a problem, and it ain't because it's a Tank and Canelo thing. It ain't about me being a fan of either one of them because I'm not a fan of Tank. I mean, I'm not a fan of Canelo, but I am a fan of Tank. What's the point of being? Let me ask you this, Big Dog Willie. What's the point of performing really good at your job if you ain't the one to get a raise? Think about that shit. If you perform really good at your job, but they give somebody that subpar the raise, or they give somebody that subpar the bag, what's the point of you being good at your job? The analogy in that is What's the point of being this person that can generate all this revenue, that can get people to buy into the sport of boxing, they can turn a profit? What's the point of doing all of that if they just gonna give out bags and give out rewards to the motherfuckers that can't do it? I'm gonna say that shit again, bro. Like, y'all need to understand. Y'all want to talk business? We can talk business. That's fine, bro. If you are on a job and you work better than everyone else, you work harder than everyone else, you perform better than everyone else, and they give someone else a raise that is doing worse than you, that shows up to work late, that doesn't sell whatever product y'all are selling, that doesn't work hard, that doesn't work as many hours as you, do you think that is right? Do you think that that's what should happen? That's what's going on in the sport of boxing right now. You got motherfuckers getting big ass bags that haven't earned those big bags. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, what is the point? What is the point of Canelo being able to sell on pay-per-view? What is the point of Tank Davis being able to sell on pay-per-view? What is the point of them getting fans to actually want to pay to watch them fight? What is the point of them being the one of the, maybe it's 3 or 4 people, but being the top 2 of the top people in boxing that can actually generate revenue for the sport of boxing? What's the point of them being able to do all of that when their contemporaries cannot do that, but their contemporaries can just go to Turkey and get a bag, but they actually out there making the sport bigger and bringing fans into the sport? What's the point of that, bro?
Man,
he's rendering what fighters are able to accomplish useless. He's making it unimportant to sell.
Right.
He's making it unimportant. He's making it unimportant for you to generate revenue.
Yeah,
think about that. Like, y'all are so slow because he's throwing all this money around. Y'all see the fireworks show. Woo woo! Eminem is at the goddamn venue and shit. Y'all see all that shit, not realizing that event lost a shit ton of money. Right? It lost a shit ton of money. They did not turn a profit on that event, and not realizing that he's paying people to not be what boxing is supposed to be. What's the point of working your way to the top and making people want to see you fight if your reward is absolutely nothing? Somebody that can't do what you do is going to get the same thing you got. What's the point of that shit? What's the point of that shit? No one's answering the question. Y'all are talking shit in the chat, but you're not answering the question. So that's my issue, bro. That's the shit that I think is bad. OG is if you work for something, it's always been not only the American way, just everywhere throughout life. Like, if you work hard for something, if you're really good at something, you get rewarded for it. Like, you're supposed to be rewarded for it. They're not supposed to reward the people that you beat.
Right.
But these motherfuckers out here getting rewarded when they can't do. And I don't even like Canelo. They can't do what Canelo do. So if you can't do what he do, why should you get a bag like he get a bag? If you don't have the fan base he had, why should you be making the money that he making, bro? All because y'all want some dictatorship to take over the sport of boxing? Man. All right. Good luck with that shit, man. Shout out with
You faded out. You fading out.
Jay Allen with the 5-piece in the super chat. Don't
you fading out. You fading out, baby. It said Jay Allen in the super chat. He said, don't y'all know what comes with a takeover? A lot of people fired and they don't have to pay those good purses anymore. All right. Okay. Yeah, but you have to understand, you know, a takeover don't have to be like that. Okay. And that's not really a takeover. First of all, I think every fighter should earn they keep. Every fighter should dictate their terms. And of course, if they go to a purse bid, then so be it. But you still can be that star. That's my problem. You still can be that star. You still can pretty much put butts in the seats by being a great fighter. Knockouts, look good boxing, get in, get out, win. That's how you get them big dollars, with the big paydays. That's how I look at it. And as long as Turkey's sitting there and spoiling you all, give you a bag, you know, you all good with it. You don't care you win or lose, as long as you get paid. So now the integrity of boxing is about to go out the damn window. That's what it's about to do. That's what he's about to do.
You ain't wrong. Shout out not me with the two piece in the super chat. So you're upset Tank is being done dirty. No, boxing is being done dirty. We deserve these fights, bro. We deserve these fights. There's no reason that Tank versus Shakur shouldn't happen or Tank versus Loma shouldn't happen, bro.
Right.
There's no reason those fights shouldn't happen. But the only way they happen is if Turkey has control of them. Is that what we own? That's what we cool with. So the only way those fights could happen is if the PBC and Tank Davis bend they knee to Turkey because everybody running over there to suck him off, basically. Is that what we saying, bro? Is that what we own? The only way that we want to see the fight is if people give up their backbone, give up their integrity, give up everything they work for, just because Turkey got a whole bunch of money and he can pay Shakur and Loma to stay away from Tank. That's what we own. That's cool. We cool with that. So it ain't about Tank, bro. It's about wanting to fight. It's about wanting to fight. And if people can't see that, then that's on y'all, bro. That ain't on me. That ain't on KQ. At the end of the day, these fights need to be made. And if his interest is not in making basically, bro, he's no fucking different, y'all. And then let me move on to some more fights. I'm gonna end it with this. He's no different, y'all. Y'all, people are acting like he's a savior. He's this, he's that. No, bro, he's no different. He don't give a fuck about a big fight. Right. If he ain't in control of it, if he ain't got it, just like everybody fucking else. Y'all think he's something different. Y'all think he's something new. Oh, he loved boxing so much. The Hall of Fame, turkey, big turkey sandwich. I love turkey. I don't even eat turkey, but I love turkey Al-Sheikh. All that shit y'all worried about, bro. Y'all are so blinded by this, by the fact that this motherfucker, bro, is like every other promoter and every other boxing crooked, corrupt official before him. Yeah, he want to give you the big fights. As long as them bitches say Riyadh season on them.
Right.
As long as they say Riyadh season, then he want to get the fights. But if they don't say Riyadh season, then he gonna block. He gonna play political games. He gonna play power games like every other fucking promoter before him. That's what I'm trying to make y'all see, bro. If y'all don't want to see it, that's on y'all. But let me get to the next one. Hold on, we gotta talk about Jared Anderson, OG. We got to talk about Jared Big Baby Anderson, man.
Oh yes,
his ass whooped. He got his ass completely whooped by Martin.
Man, oh man, yes sir, man, oh man, Big Baby Anderson. Well, one thing about it, it's on me.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Now, this goes back into what I was telling everyone yesterday. I told everyone last month. I told everyone 2 months ago. He had a problem with, do I want to be a boxer or do I want to just be an average teenager? I didn't know all this came with being a boxer. I didn't know I had to go to press conferences every time I get ready to fight. I didn't know this or that. See, he is not sure of himself. He is not sure of himself, and what that does is that makes you lazy. That makes you lazy. That makes you doubt yourself. That makes you doubt your skill set. That makes you doubt your damn career. So therefore, you're not putting your all in it. You're not putting your heart in it. See, you want to be a boxer, you got to love boxing. All right, this is not just a job, man. This is a goddamn adventure. That's what it is. It's an adventure, right? And that's what he had to do. Now, that what we saw last night, that's not the same Big Baby Anderson that we heard about that pieced up Tyson Fury in Detroit, Michigan, getting ready for Deontay Wilder. No, that's not the same one. This is this different Anderson, the one just went to jail for a pistol and driving with that fast car he just bought. That's the Anderson we saw yesterday. He's not taking it seriously. But now that he pretty much stumbled, now he pretty much might get up, dust himself off, and show a little heart. Because his head was popping back like a trampoline all last night. And he ran against a heavyweight. And like I told everyone, in my day, heavyweights was way bigger than what Anderson is. Way bigger and hit way harder. So now Anderson got to make up his mind. Is he going to take it seriously? Is he going to live a boxing lifestyle? Or he just want to be the average kid? All right? Now, in my book, you still gonna have the girlfriends, you still gonna have the cars, but you got to take this seriously. Come on, tell you, if y'all don't know, boxing is a combat sport. You can die in there. You can get hurt seriously in there if you don't have the tools to protect yourself. And right now, last night, Anderson lucky he came out the way he did, because it could have been really, really bad for him. So that's how I look at it. So
you remember a few months ago, we was doing a morning after show, and it was after Jared Anderson fought Charles Martin, and we were talking about how he was talking about how he didn't love boxing and how he wanted to retire early and he didn't care about being a world champion. All the shit he was saying in that interview with Roy Jones that we talked about. And remember, I told you then, I said one day he gonna fight somebody that's gonna make him remember that he don't love boxing that much. And he ain't gonna be able to handle it. And I've been telling people for a long time. I said I'm just waiting on him to fight the wrong one. When he fight the wrong one, I'm picking against him. And I told y'all Bakole was the wrong one. OG, he was 30 pounds heavier than Jared Big Baby Anderson. He had fast hands. He's mean as shit. He got big power, and he coming to get your ass. And Jared Anderson's defensive flaws, relying on his athleticism, pulling straight back, thinking that he faster than he is, bro. All that shit came back to haunt him. He was leaning over his front foot, getting tagged with nasty uppercuts. Bakole's hands was faster than he thought they was. And not only did he like stop him, he beat him up the whole fight.
Yeah.
Jared Anderson had a good 2 minutes and 15 seconds in the first round, and it was because Bakole was letting him get off, letting him feel comfortable. And then the moment Bakole started touching him, he didn't know what to do, bro.
Oh yeah,
he didn't know what to do.
The straight right was there all night.
Yeah, and I told people, I was like, yo, he went over there to Sugar Hill, because he knew this was gonna be a tough fight for him. But he jumped at that bag they was offering him. He thought that he could pull it out, and bro, he couldn't fuck with nothing that they was doing over there, man. And Bakole did that boy bad, man. Did him real bad, bro. So we'll see what goes on moving forward for Jared Anderson. But Bakole with a great performance, too big, too strong, hands too fast, and he was too good on the inside, and he was absorbing Jared Anderson shots like they was nothing. That power don't hit the same when you start fighting them real heavyweights and not them cab drivers that were feeding his ass, bro.
Right.
Shit didn't hit the same at all. But yeah, that's all I got on it, man. Hopefully he can bounce back. But all that next great American heavyweight shit, that shit out the window, man. That shit out the window, bro.
And it never failed. I always have high hopes for these, especially heavyweights. F.L. Jabba, he let me down. Joe Joyce, he let me down. Now Big Baby Anderson, he's letting me down. So can we find that big heavyweight? Can we find that next heavyweight star? All right.
Nope.
So that's the thing about it. Nope.
We won't be able to, because all our dudes that'll be heavyweight stars, they playing in the NFL, man.
Yep.
Ain't no money. In America, we got National Football League, man. So for a big dude that's 6'6", 6'7", that's 300 pounds, or 6'4", 6'5", that's 240, 250, they play football, man.
Yeah.
They get sent to the gridiron when they young. So a lot, and this ain't no disrespect to Jared Anderson, but a lot of dudes that box in the heavyweight division out of America, they just couldn't make the football team. That's all. They just a lot of them just wasn't athletic enough to make the football team.
Right.
So that's what it is. And then if they slim, right? If they 6'7", 215, 210, kind of like a Deontay Wilder, they play in the NBA.
Right.
all of them playing the NBA. KQ, they all playing basketball. The slim.
I know. Look at Gerald Washington. He just came out of USC, and now he's a boxer. So we gotta do better. We gotta do better. And I know it's a lot of heavyweights out there. So yeah. So now where do he go now? He goes to the drawing board. That's what he have to do. What can he do now? I mean, he still can punch, but I think that he underestimated Bakole. I think he underestimated Martin Bakole. I think he thought he had a fighter in there that don't know how to punch and slow feet. So, but
Yeah,
so it is what it is. So
yeah. It
that's
was
all.
he fought with good heart, but man, he just didn't have enough for old Bakole. Let's talk about Andy Ruiz and Jarrell Big Baby Miller. They was dead dog tired, and that for me that fight was. It was probably the hardest to get through on the card, man. Especially when they got like past round 5 or 6. I'm just waiting on the shit to end at this point because they both just in that ring laboring. Andrew Ruiz landed cleaner shots, had faster hands, but he was only good for about 4 or 5 rounds. And then Jarrell Big Baby Miller, he just ain't the same without them steroids, man.
Oh yeah, slower.
He ain't the same. He ain't the same without them steroids in him. So overall, I thought the fight was a good fight. I thought it was a competitive fight. I wouldn't mind them putting a rematch, having another fight on an undercard or something. But I hope they come in better shape and take their craft more serious because that was like watching just 2 fat dudes just get tired and keep fighting the whole goddamn fight. So yeah, man, I wasn't entertained with that one. I'm not gonna lie to you. It looked really good on paper when you see Andrew Ruiz and Jarrell Miller, but the fight in the ring, that shit was difficult to watch, man. Once it got to the back half of the fight, what you got on that fight? They fought to a draw. I thought that was the right call. I thought Ruiz controlled the first part of the fight, and then Miller came on strong late because Ruiz just had nothing left in the gas tank. But overall, I wasn't impressed with either one of them. I don't think either one of them would do anything in the heavyweight division moving forward. But what you got on that fight, man?
Well, I think Ruiz pulled it out. Now, I get it. Big Baby Miller is the aggressor. He walking down Ruiz. But Ruiz, what he was doing, he was scoring. He was scoring with the overhand rights. He was scoring right behind the guard of Big Baby Miller. And now he was on point, going downstairs, going upstairs, back downstairs. So he was showing clear, precise punches. And matter of fact, Steve Mannix, he had him winning up by a couple points. But still in all, it's up to the judges. But Ruiz, he going to go to the back to the drawing board also. Now that could be due inactivity. That could be a reason there also. But then again, he was in there tough with Big Baby Miller. Now both of them, pretty much didn't do too much last night. And one thing about Ruiz, he does have fast hands, as Anthony Joshua. Because Anthony Joshua, he felt them hands, all right, and he got laid out by those hands. But still in all, and Ruiz, he did a great job, but he still couldn't get him out of there. Bakole's a big guy, very big guy. So they both got a draw, and I think that was the right call, but I think Ruiz should have pulled it out. But there you go. That's all I got.
Yeah, man. Moving on to the next fight on the card. Pitbull got upset by Jose Rayo Valenzuela. This is the only one I missed all weekend, man. Rayo showed some shit in his bag that we may not have known was there with that back foot boxing, moving around, pivoting, keeping Pitbull on the end of his punches, catching him with uppercuts coming in. What did you think of Rayo's performance, KQ? I thought he did well, and I'm excited for it for a reason that ain't got nothing to do with Rayo. I'll let you know in a minute. But what did you think of Rayo and Pitbull, man?
Man, what I can say about that fight is beautiful boxing by Rayo Venezuela. Beautiful boxing. What I'm saying is this: Pitbull Cruz is one-dimensional. You're not gonna see a jab. All right, you're not gonna see a jab. All right. Now I said this. Listen, Rayo, he's on the 2 list of who? Robert Garcia. I think Robert Garcia is one of the best trainers out there right now. Yeah. And I knew he was gonna have a Rayo together. Now, Knockout told me that he came in the chat last night and said, man, look, Rayo, he don't fight great on the back foot. And of course, that made me think, because Pitbull do put you on the back foot because he keep coming and coming. But I think that Rayo, he had a little more help by Robert Garcia, and when he go on the back foot, what to do. Now, Rayo is not dumb. All right, he wasn't hitting him with big brick hands because Pitbull got a big hard head, so he would have hurt his hand if he would have threw it. So he was touching him. That's all. just touching him in a southpaw stance, going with a little short uppercut right between the guards. All right, using a right hook as he swing out of there, bring it right back to the center of the ring. It was beautiful boxing, uppercut, straight lefts, straight rights. He made him miss and he made him pay. He was catching shoots and he was doing all that last night. And that made my eyes open up and say, God damn, Ryo, man, you on point tonight, right? Because then here come round 5. Because, see, most people expecting him to get out of there by 5 rounds or 4 or less, but, man, then Pitbull started getting a little bit frustrated. Now, when a fighter's game plan is not working, what do? You change up your game plan. And that's what Pitbull was trying to do. He was trying to 1, 2, 3, jump, right? But that didn't work. Ryo was right on point. He stayed off the ropes. Every time his back hitting the ropes, he get out of there and swing it right back to the center of the ropes, or center of the ring. That's what the bread and butter is made for Ryo. That's his spot. That's his spot right there. And he did show up and he did show out last night. And now that goes to show you that Pitbull Cruz, I'm not saying a high job, but that shows you that he got exposed. And that's the facts, But beautiful boxing knockout. Beautiful.
Yeah,
boxing.
it was, man. Ryo put on a great performance. And the greatest thing about his performance is we ain't got to worry about no Tank versus Pitbull rematch, and Calvin Ford can't talk about that shit no more.
Yeah.
That's the greatest. That's the greatest thing that happened from all this. That we ain't got to worry about no Tank versus Pitbull rematch, and Calvin Ford can't keep talking about how big of a fight Pitbull is, man.
Yeah.
I want Tank versus Shakur, Tank versus Loma, Tank versus Zapata, even Tank versus motherfucking Keyshawn Davis, and then move your ass up to 140. And only Keyshawn go get that WBO belt. But yeah, we it's time out for that Pitbull shit, Calvin. You can't talk about that shit no more. We don't want to hear about that shit no more. So that's one thing. That's the great thing that came from Ryo performance, and I like that, man. Now, in the back of my mind, I'm hoping Tank Davis don't disappoint fans and put us on this put on Tank Davis versus Ryo. We do not want to see Tank Davis versus Ryo at all. So that's why I'm excited for Ryo's performance. No disrespect to him. I thought he did well, but I like that he upset the apple cart, because I've been telling people, OG, because what my sources have been telling me is that Tank Davis wants the Shakur fight, but PBC, Premier Boxing Champions, they've been looking at that Tank Pitbull fight because they think it's a big fight. They think they can make a lot of money on that fight, but this kills that fight. So hopefully Tank Davis gets his way. He gets the Shakur Stevenson fight, and we get to see that unification between two of the best in the division. But I'm excited that Ryo was able to pull off the upset over Pitbull, because it means we're not getting Tank Davis versus Pitbull in November, which only leaves 2 viable opponents. Either you're going to fight Shakur Stevenson, or you're going to take Shakur Stevenson opponent Williams Zapata. Because if you fight Ryo, it's going to be way too much backlash you fighting Jose Ryo Valenzuela. Nobody wants to see that. So that's why I'm excited for it, man. What you think about that, man? The ramifications of Tank Davis not being able to fight Pitbull now, man. Is that something? Were you excited to see Tank versus Pitbull, or are you happy that Pitbull is off the table, man?
I'm kind of happy he's off the table. We saw that movie. We saw that rerun. We don't want to see that rerun, I'm saying. Now, a lot of people believe that Pitbull Cruz can beat Tank. Why? Because he went the distance with him, right? With one hand. All right, okay, fine. That's your opinion. But I believe that Tank outboxed Pitbull. And not only that, yes, in Calvin Ford's eyes, not only that it would be a good fight, but Pitbull, he brings along also a fan base. And that brings him dollars. That brings him more money on top of what Tank is bringing in. So that's what Calvin Ford was looking at. But now that Pitbull lost, now, of course, well, you got to move on. Right? You don't want to fight a guy that just came off and lost. So, but now Tank just got to go to the next person. Because remember, he got a list. And I'm itching to see who that list is next. Now, I think Shakur Stevenson should be next. That's just my opinion. Tank is free. Shakur Stevenson, he's free. Let's get that together. Let's get that out the way. How about that? Let's get that out the way. Who is king at 134, 135? Who is king at 135? All right? Damn the asses in the seats. Who can sell this and that? We don't care about like that right now. Right? Let's see who's the king. Who's the best fighter at 135?
Uh-oh. Mic check. Can y'all hear me? KQ dropped off. Can y'all hear me? Let me know if y'all can hear me, man. I need to know if that's him or that's me. Mic check, mic check. Okay, so that's KQ. All right, bet. So, listen, a lot of what he said, I agree with. I ain't got no problem with it. I think that for Gervonta Tank Davis, it's got to be big fights and nothing else, right? And so he got to get the biggest fight possible. I believe that's Shakur Stevenson. Jose Rayo Valenzuela, not a big enough name. And honestly, he's fighting at 140 now. Does Rayo come back down to 135? Does Tank move up to 140? What are the thoughts there? So I think it has to be Shakur Stevenson or Williams Zepeda. He needs to fight one of those two, and Shakur Stevenson, in my humble opinion, is the obvious choice. And I wanted to catch this right here. Give me 1 second. I'm looking for it. Lucas Abbott says Pitbull win aging like milk. I can't believe Tank fans actually thought Pitbull could beat Dev. I can't believe Devin actually wanted to fight Pitbull after Tank beat him. Shit, that age is winning. That win is aging bad, but that Mario Barrios win looking good. Another fighter who Devin Haney wanted to fight, by the way, just throwing it out there. And the Ryan Garcia win is looking good. The Devin Haney Ryan Garcia fight is a no contest, but we can all go look at some highlights together on Monday if you want to. So yeah, that's all I got on that. Moving on to Crawford versus Madrimov. Terence Bud Crawford, Israel Madrimov. Terence Crawford was in the toughest fight of his career. That was the toughest fight of his career. He struggled with the feints. He struggled with the awkwardness, the rhythm, and Madrimov's athleticism and angles and footwork really gave Crawford a lot of trouble in that fight. Bud was able to land some good shots, some stiff shots, but he wasn't anywhere near as dominant in his debut at 154 pounds as he was fighting at welterweight. And one thing that I think fighters are learning, especially the last couple of weeks, when you saw David Benavidez versus Vazdik, we saw how David Morrell looked against Hot Rod, and now Terence Crawford versus Madrimov. Weight classes exist for a reason, and I'm here to tell every Terence Crawford fan in attendance right now that's watching the live stream, y'all might want to pump y'all brakes on that Canelo shit, bro. But this performance, y'all might get what y'all want based on this performance. Canelo might consider him now based on this performance because his feet didn't look as good. Madrimov found it pretty easy to hit him with them straight rights. He could not get out of the way of them right hands. And his punches didn't have the same effect on Madrimov that they were having down at welterweight. So we'll see what type of effect his punches have at super middleweight. So if it's me and I'm a Crawford fan, I think y'all might want to push him to continue the campaign at 154 and go for undisputed there, because it's some good fights there. You know, you got a Jermell Charlo there. You got the Fundora Spence winner. You got the IBF that he can get. You got a lot of shit that he can do at 154 pounds. That's an opportunity to become a triple-time undisputed champion. That's what I would like to see him go do, because Ronnie. Oh no, I'm not a Crawford fan, David, at all, bro. Not at all. I don't like him. This guy is though. My guy is though. And let me tell you something, Ronnie. He too little for Canelo, bro. He too little for Canelo. 154 pounders don't react to his punches the same way welterweights did. Canelo gonna shrug that shit off and keep coming forward. And if Madrimov right hand was getting there, Canelo shit, you know, Canelo throw some shit off your shoulders and shit. He don't give a fuck. Bud will come to win. It'll be entertaining, but he just too little, bro. Ruben Langford, what up? So I want to see him continue to campaign at 154. I thought he had good timing in that ring. I thought Eddie Hearn was tripping with the scorecards being too wide. I think 7-5, 8-4 Bud was probably the right scorecard. Madrimov kind of wasted some rounds early in the fight where he was doing good. He was fighting very well. He wasn't letting his hands go enough. And in boxing, it's the Terence Bud Crawford card. This is Riyadh season's debut in motherfucking America and shit. Terence Crawford and Jared Anderson were the guys that they chose to be ambassadors. So if you fucking Madrimov, you got to know that. And you can't waste rounds just fainting. Now, he turned up the middle of the fight in the back half of the fight, but he allowed Crawford to get an early lead when Crawford is a notorious slow starter. And I think Madrimov should have tried to jump in and have success early in the fight and set the tone. I think he would have had a better shot. He only lost 7-5 on 2 scorecards. And I think the beginning of the fight where not much happened was the difference. Because once they started getting going and they both started letting their hands go, Madrimov was the more accurate fighter. His punches looked like they had a big effect on Bud. So I thought it was a good fight, man. Definitely the toughest fight of his career. Can't wait to see what's next. Turkey is still talking about wanting to have Bud Crawford fight Canelo Alvarez. We'll see if Canelo will take it. All I know about Canelo is if he feels like Bud is a threat, he will not take the fight. If he feels like he can get something off on Bud, he's going to take that goddamn fight. Shout out to Akilo with the 5-piece in the super chat. You think Bud can fight Fundora in November after that tough fight? He took some punishment. This is what I know. Bud Crawford fights one time a year. So until I see him do something different, I don't think he's going to be back until 2025. I want to see him fight again in November or December. I want to see him become more active as a fighter. But for the last 4-5 years, he's been fighting one time a year. So I tell you guys all the time, man, what you see somebody do in the past is a good indication of what you see them do in the future, right? So for the past 4-5 years, he's been fighting once a year. So I have no reason to believe that he's going to all of a sudden fight. He's going to all of a sudden fight, 2 times this year. So we'll see, though. We'll see. Shout out Jay Howard with the 2-piece in the super chat. Just dropping support. Keep working. I will, bro. I will. Appreciate you. Shout out to Big Ed. Shout out to Big Ed with the 10-piece. No biscuit in the super chat. He says, I thought Bud lost by 1 round, but Canelo dust Bud. That pisses me off. I mean, it's weight classes for a reason, bro. It's weight classes for a reason. Like, you can't watch a man at 154 pounds have a close fight with Israel Madrimov and then think that he going to somehow move up 2 more weight classes and watch the best fighter left in the division, bro. That shit's just not going to happen. So I'd rather see him in a fight that I feel. And I've always told Ronnie this. I've told all Bud fans this. I never thought Canelo versus Bud was competitive. I thought Canelo watched him from the jump. And now I feel vindicated in that opinion based on this performance because guys ain't reacting to his punches at 154. Now, I do think Madrimov was the best champion left at 154. And Madrimov is a damn beast. But I don't think he's a better fighter than Canelo, especially fighting in Canelo's weight class. So I'd rather see him go for 3-time undisputed. And there's nothing wrong with that, man. There's limits to how far up fighters can go, no matter how good they are, bro. Everybody has their limit. Shout out to GM with the 5-piece in the super chat. He says Turkey fixed the fight like he fixed that fake ass card giveaway. Here's the thing, bro. I ain't gonna say it's a fixed fight. I thought the fight was a close ass fight. I thought 7-5 either way. If you're being favorable to Madrimov, you can score 7-5 for him. 7-5, and then maybe an 8-4 Bud based on the business of boxing and where you at. But I thought that was a close ass fight. 7-5 either way. What you say, Ronnie? Punishment. Them pity pat punches had 0 effect on Bud. You crazy in the motherfucker. Go look at his eye, bro. Go look at his eye. What fight you watching? This the only time you get fanned out, bro. You usually don't be fanned out, bro. You fanned out right now, dog. You fanned out like a motherfucker right now. So that's all I got on the Crawford versus Canelo tip. It's one more thing I wanted to talk about. And that's Vasily Lomachenko duck ass real quick, bro. And then I'm going to go. I think KQ has some technical difficulties. I'll call him after the show. It's one more thing I want to talk about, bro, and that's Lomachenko duck ass, man. Vasily Lomachenko. How the hell do you got time? Crown Jewel, what up? How the hell you got time to go to the goddamn fight to get into it with Shakur Stevenson, but you ain't got time to fight Tank Davis? You told Shakur Stevenson that y'all could fight right the fuck now. You motivated to fight him for free. For fucking free. In the ring after all the fights. You motivated to fight that motherfucker for free. But you ain't motivated to fight Tank Davis for millions and millions and millions of dollars, bro. And people are rocking with this shit. Oh, well, Tank ducked him first. Riyadh season. I'm to the point now, I hope they announce Shakur Stevenson versus Lomachenko at the end of the year to expose all this shit. Because y'all don't believe me, bro. These dudes do not want to fight this man, bro. They'd rather build their name off of him, call his name out, and then go off and fight each other and then say that this man is ducking them, bro. And say that he ducking them. I hope they fight at the end of the year now, bro. And then Shakur Stevenson ain't said shit about Tank Davis. When he talk about Tank Davis in the interview, I mean, somebody had told me that somebody had reached out. Somebody, told me that they had wanted to fight, but then didn't nobody call me, so shit, I'm good. And then turn around and get on Twitter, and he just told Lomachenko after the fight, like 2, 3, 4 a.m., seem like you in the mood now. Let's fight at the end of the year at Vasily Lomachenko. So you tweet at Loma, but you ain't got shit to say to Tank. And y'all rocking with this shit. Blunt Sports is in the building. Y'all other Shakur fan, Big Dog Willie, I don't know if you still here. I know you got shit to do. Bro. But what I'm asking is, how the fuck these people got all this energy for each other and ain't nobody got shit to say about Gervonta Tank Davis? That turkey money must be good, bro. That turkey money must be good, bro. Got y'all boys out here looking like some hoes, man. Jay Howard says, nah, KO, say that for tomorrow with the 2-piece in the super chat. I'm over my time anyway. I just might, bro. Shout out to Boxing Fan folk time with the 2-piece super chat. The ring is going to be real small versus Canelo. Yeah, you know how that go. Shout out to Big Ed with the 5-piece in the super chat. Big Baby Anderson is a bum and a hype job. Damn, he called him a bum and a hype job. That's crazy. There we go.
Man, that's StreamYard, man. You know that was StreamYard, right?
Oh, nah, I didn't know that. My stuff was still going good.
Oh, yeah, StreamYard said, he had some kind of code or something. I don't know, man.
Yeah.
All right, I'm back.
I got you.
Sorry.
Well, yeah, we wrapping the show anyway. I just wanted to get your thoughts real quick as we wrap the show. What I was talking about. Tank Davis and hold on, you didn't get to talk about Crawford and Madrimov, did you?
No.
Yeah. Go ahead. I talked about that while you were gone. Crawford and Madrimov, man. What did you think of Crawford's performance in the fight with Madrimov, man?
Man, look, Crawford. This is why weight classes are there for a reason. Now, I have no doubt Crawford will get into the 154 and get comfortable. But right now, last night, everything he done at 147 didn't work last night. It did not work last night at all. But still in all, he did get a good shot. It took time for him to figure out Magavall. It took Magavall time to figure Crawford out. Because Magavall had the herky-jerky type style. He kept, hands everywhere, kept fainting. And then he started landing the straight right. Then Crawford started using that overhand right. Both guys' eyes were starting to swell, but the jabs was working. But then again, Crawford is Crawford. And one thing about Crawford is that he's a great ring IQ. He has a great ring IQ. And what he started doing was starting to time Magavall as he was trying to come in. But he was getting hit also. And this is what Jamel Charlo was alluding to. at 154, we hit harder than down at 147 or 140. You know, once you go up in weight, you have to get your power to come up with you. But I have no doubt that Crawford going to settle in real well at 140 or 154. But right now, Madrimov, he was a tough opponent, and it was a close fight. Because I'm telling you right now, if Crawford had won that last round, or last 2 rounds, I believe, he would have lost that fight. Yeah, of course, Eddie Hearn was pissed about it, but it is what it is. So, but anyway, that's all I got on it. Right?
Yeah, man. I thought overall a great weekend of boxing. Very fun to watch. Can't wait for this weekend. OG, let everybody know when you're gonna be live again, man, and when they can catch you, man.
Oh yeah, I'll be live tomorrow, same time, 11 o'clock a.m. Central Standard Time. All right, I appreciate everybody. Well, first of all, I want to say I thank everybody for supporting the channel yesterday. I support everybody. I thank everybody for hanging in there with me for, I think, 9 hours straight. Okay, I mean, it was great boxing. I don't mind when we talking about boxing and watching boxing. So I appreciate you all. All right, so that's all I have.
Yes, sir. I'll be live tomorrow night, 7:30 p.m. Central Time. Y'all be sure to check out the daily exclusive, the daily content. Join the channel as a member for our exclusive content. We made a lot of money this weekend with our picks. Just ask the channel members, and I will catch y'all next time, man. We'll see y'all next time. OG, salute, man. Have a great rest of your weekend. We'll talk to y'all soon.
You too.
Peace out, everybody.
All right, peace.